Have you ever wondered that why is it that we get disappointed with others? I'm particularly talking about relationships here. Disappointment in relationships has become a universal problem. Parents are disappointed with children, children are disappointed with parents, lovers are disappointed with each other. It seems as if something fundamentally has gone wrong with us. Every important or intimate person in our life has become a source of our frustrations and miseries. And the surprising thing is that some of us have accepted this way of living. People are merely tolerating each other. Whether husband and wife, parents and children, boyfriend and girlfriend, everyone is just somehow managing to be together. There is no joy in their togetherness because something superficial binds them. It could be a social convention, it could be because of your survival needs, which in my opinion is a very ugly way to live. Don't you think that we should question this bizarre way of living rather than accepting it as a norm? I think that we should really question this bizarre way of living. So let's try to find out that why is it that we get disappointed with others and whether there is a way of completely eliminating this bizarre way of living. Now what I'm going to say might not sound very startling, but in it lie the very crux of the problem, so pay close attention to it. As human beings, we have an image about ourselves and others. I think that you all would agree to it that you have an image about yourself. And this image is just a bundle of experiences, memories, ideas, conclusions, and all kind of conditioning that you have gathered in time. So what you call yourself is an image which is built in time through various experiences and interactions with your environment. Then we have an image about the other, which is again built in time through our limited experiences and interactions with that person, and sometimes maybe the knowledge that we gather about that person through our environment. So when you say that someone is chill, someone is really irritating, someone is greedy, someone is very compassionate, you're merely pointing out at the traits of that person which you have come to conclude through your limited understanding of that person, and this understanding comes from your limited experiences with that person. So someone who seems like a very chill person to you might seem like a very irritating person to somebody else. So images are subjective in nature because they are based on your limited knowledge of that person. Images are always of the past, and past is limited. And disappointment happens when you want to relate to someone in the present moment through some images of the past. Let's say that you have been dating someone for a while, and time and again your lover has done extraordinary things for you on your birthday, like taking you out for a dinner or surprising you with some gifts. Now this small repetitive gesture results in a two-way image making. First, you build an image about yourself as someone who's worthy of these surprises, love, care and respect. Then another image about your lover as someone who's loving, caring and considerate. And whether you realize it or not, but your brain is constantly making these images about yourself and others. Through every lived experience, you are just gathering these images about others as well as yourself. Now let's say that tomorrow your lover forgets your birthday. What do you think is bound to happen? You will get hurt. And what in you will get hurt? The image that you have about yourself as someone who's worthy of these surprises, love and care will be shattered into pieces. That image will be hurt. And another image about your lover as someone who's loving, caring and considerate will turn into something totally opposite. Your lover will become a careless person, an inconsiderate person. So you will be disappointed with your lover. You wanted the behavior of your lover to be consistent with the image that you have about him or her, and it did not happen like that. Hence you got disappointed. Disappointment only happens when the behavior of the other person is not according to the image that you have about him or her. Our problem is that we are constantly trying to chart out the behavior of the other person through the image that we have about him or her. So whether you're disappointed with yourself or with others, it is a result of living with images. Images are always of the past, gone, dead. Ask yourself, what is real? The images or the behavior? The behavior is real. But our problem is that for some of us, not some of us, for most of us, the images have become much more real than the behavior. The past has become much more real than the present moment. As long as we'll have an image about the other person, we would want their behavior to be consistent with the image that we have got about them. Do you actually see the danger of it? You have created certain boundaries for the other person, and now you want their behavior to be confined within those boundaries. You have created a prison, and now you're guarding it. And if the other person tries to escape the prison, you simply become disappointed. You stop talking, you scream, you cry. We all have our own unique ways of being a crybaby. So who is neurotic here? The prisoner or the person who has created the prison? The person who has created the prison is neurotic. The person who gets disappointed is neurotic. It's fairly easy to comprehend it, but very difficult at the same time to accept it. Why? Because we are conditioned to believe that when we are hurt, people should sympathize with us. And if someone comes along and says that you are the cause of your disappointment, it doesn't go very well with us. When we are hurt, we want people to sympathize with us. But the truth is that the problem lies in your way of living, not with the other person. And you should take responsibility and change your way of living. We should actually live in this world as if we all are strangers, so that every encounter becomes fresh, an opportunity to explore, to inquire, and to experience the excitement. With strangers, you don't have any expectations. Whatever happens has to be accepted without any complaints. If lovers can become strangers, if parents and children can become strangers, then this world will become a tremendously beautiful place to live. Why? Because each time you meet your lover, you meet a new man, a new woman. Each time, a new parent, a new child. This would be such an ecstatic way to live. But the world is missing out on it only because we are conditioned to respond through some images of the past. Drop all the images of the past and be totally present in the moment. If you can live like this, then your life will become sheer joy. So next time, if you ever feel disappointed, just do a small practice. Just ask yourself a simple question that who's being neurotic right now? The prisoner or the person who has created the prison? If you are going to be sincere about answering this question, then you will find that in that very moment, your disappointment will simply evaporate. So I hope that you had an insight into what disappointment is, and you're going to do something about it in order to change your life. And I wish you all the best for that.